Baby, I'm a gangster too. Baby, I'm a gangster too.
Hey besties, welcome back to another episode of Kisses and Chaos, your safe space for all things messy, unfiltered, and real as fuck. This is your host, Lucy, and today we're diving into something that I feel like everybody needs to hear. How to not give a fuck what people think about you. Because at the end of the day, you can be the rarest cup of matcha, literally brought in from fucking Narnia, and someone will fucking taste you and be like, doesn't mean that shit isn't good. It just means it wasn't their cup of tea. So if you ever found yourself spiraling over reading something negative about you, replaying an embarrassing conversation in your head, or feeling like you have something to prove to somebody whose opinion really doesn't even matter, then this episode is for you. Because I think all of us need to rewire that part in our brain to really not give a fuck about what people think. Because at the end of the day, we're all on a floating rock and we're all gonna fucking die. So you might as well live your fullest, baddest bitch potential and shine, baby, because the haters are always going to want to dim your light. But you can't let them. We're going to unpack why we do this, get into the science of why our brain latches onto negativity so fucking much, and most importantly, how to not let it fucking define us, because we're not doing that. We're too hot. We are too hot and sexy and special and important to let some haters who hate their lives ever ruin your confidence. And yes, as always, I'm going to get real and tell you my chaotic story and what inspired this fucking episode. Because babe, I saw the Reddit thread and it's nasty as hell about me. It is mean. They go after my looks, my voice, the way I dance on stage, my DJing skills. They say all these mean things about me, tearing me to shreds. So buckle up and let's talk about it. So I was literally on TikTok and this girl was commenting on every single video I've ever made. It was like, check Reddit, check Reddit, check Reddit, SOS. So I'm like, what the fuck is happening on Reddit? So I type in Lucy and this whole page comes up about this girl who came to my show, didn't like it. Basically said she didn't like the way I like made faces and expressed, and she didn't like my song selection. She didn't like how I DJ and blah, blah, blah. Which amazing. Her opinion, I disagree, but not everyone's going to like me. But it's like the things that people were saying after, just like really like saying things like, when is her OnlyFans coming? Which, by the way, why is that taken as like, why are people saying that in a negative way? Like, honey, if I was on OnlyFans, I would make fucking trillions. Like, I'm sorry, bitch. And for the girls that are on OnlyFans, they're making that fucking back. They making more than you. So shut the fuck up. It's not a negative comment. When you say it to me, I'm like, thank you for thinking I'm hot enough to be an OnlyFans model. So whatever. But as I saw more people comment and be like, yeah, she sucks at DJing, she sucks at this, I started to almost question myself because so many people were saying, it feels like so many people when they're commenting and stuff like that. And I was like, am I even good? Like, do people like my sets? Are my transitions abrupt? And I literally was like spiraling. Usually I just like wouldn't give a shit, but like this day I was just already not feeling very confident and I just didn't feel good mentally. So it was just like the tip of the iceberg. So it was like how I started to spiral. It's really crazy how one negative comment can make me question my whole my whole project, my whole DJing project, you know? Because my shows sold really well. One of my shows were completely sold out that weekend. And I got so many messages about how amazing how many people loved my set. And I got so much praise from so many people. But that one negative Reddit thread, I was just like, all that positivity from the weekend was just thrown out the window. And I was letting that person and all those fucking trolls commenting on it about how much they hate me have my power. So I had to take a step back after spiraling. And I had to be like, wait, why the fuck am I letting them tell me who I am? I know who I am. You don't have to like my DJing sets. You don't have to like how I express myself. I dress too sexy? I'm sorry. Go see somebody else. You know what's so fucked in DJing as a female? Everyone always says when you first come out to not dress sexy because it is like people really hate on you more when you dress more sexy in the EDM world. I don't know why it's like that. But like, fuck that shit. if you don't like the way I dress, then just don't come. It's okay. And you know what it really is sometimes? I feel like sometimes it's just like people being really, really triggered if they like are jealous of them, envious or something, and they might not know it because it's overfilled with hate. The jealousy is kind of like spewing with the hate, so the hate kind of overrides it. They don't really realize like they're probably just triggered. They probably want something I have or something, and if they don't, they just simply don't like who I am, they're probably not on Reddit, like writing how much they hate me, you know? Like me and you have probably tried something or gone to a set or saw a movie that you didn't like, but you didn't like go and bash it, you know? You're indifferent. And those are the differences. I have been really triggered in the past and used to be really jealous of girls. Had that thing with singers. Like I was really weird about like girl singers. Cause like I was always kind of insecure with my voice. So when like my girlfriends would say, "Oh, I love her voice," I would be like, I don't even like it, but I would love it. But it's something you have to work on internally. And I think like that's going to be a whole other episode, is how to like not get triggered, because it really does nothing for you to hate on someone. It really does nothing. You're just pouring so much energy into like the hate when you should be pouring it into yourself and making you the best. Because successful people don't hate on people. Like if you're starting a project or something, no successful person's going to laugh at you. It's the ones that aren't really doing anything with their life or like stuck in the same cycle who are going to evil eye you and make you feel bad. And it's probably because they're just mad that they never really did anything. So I think that's really important to remember. This is where we get into the psychology of it all. Our brains are literally wired to hold on to negative thoughts. It's called negativity bias, which basically means one bad comment, one embarrassing moment, or one piece of criticism hits way harder and stays way longer than 20 good ones. And why is that? Well, babe, I had no idea, but it is the evolution. Back in the caveman days, focusing on negativity literally kept us alive. If you forgot where the dangerous predators were, you died. If you ignored the bad berries and ate them, you died. Our ancestors who paid attention to negativity literally survived. So now, even though we're not running away from a saber-toothed tiger anymore, our brains are still like, oh my God, somebody is saying something mean about me over the internet, or left a bad review, or said they didn't like my looks or my personality. So I have to obsess over it for hours and hours and hours. Even though there has been way more positives, I'm going to stress about that one negative and obsess over it. So if you ever wondered why you brush off the positive comments, but you keep the negative ones living rent free in your fucking head, that's why. It's not you. It's actually biology, which, bitch, I never paid attention in school. So when I was researching the shit, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, damn. Is that why everyone's so fucking negative in fucking this world? Jesus. But here's the thing. Just because our brains do something doesn't mean we have to let them control us. We have the power to reframe, shift, and stop giving so much goddamn energy to people whose opinions don't even fucking matter. All right, so now that we know why we care and why we are the way that we are, and it's not your fault that you think about the negative more than the positive, because it's literally motherfucking biology, whatever the fuck that means. We're going to talk about how to stop giving a fuck about what people think. Because, babes, we are not here to let random strangers on the internet or bitter exes or bitter friends or family dictate our self-worth and our potential. If you're doing anything in this life, creating, performing, speaking up, taking up space, someone somewhere is going to have something to say about it. It's not a reflection off you, it's a reflection off them. I honestly saw this one thing and it completely changed my perspective. If you wouldn't take advice from them, don't take criticism from them either. Period. Like, honestly, it's so fucking true. I'm sorry, but like what I said earlier, no successful person, like Emma Chamberlain isn't going to like look at you for wanting to start YouTube and be like, that's so fucking dumb. Like, you're stupid. Like, no one's going to watch your channel. Like, no, she's gonna be like, fuck yeah, do it, because successful people don't hate on people. And if you're not, and if it's your friend Sally who fucking hates her life and has a shitty ass boyfriend and who literally doesn't do anything all day, and you want to fucking start something, she hates on you, honey, why would you let her shitty ass opinion dictate anything when you literally wouldn't want to take advice from her? She's not like, they're not a good person. Why would you even care? Why would you care about their opinion? I'm sorry, unless fucking Tate McRae or Sabrina Carpenter says that Mike's facial expressions on stage are too much, I'm gonna keep doing them, baby. And I'm gonna do them even harder. Like I wouldn't go to some Reddit trolls for life advice or DJing advice or how to be a good artist. So why the hell am I giving them power over my self-esteem? There's a difference between being a fucking troll and a hater and just criticism. But hey, I looked at on the Reddit thread. Honestly, the girl that made it, it just seemed like she just was stating her opinion, right? So she basically said, like, my transitions were too abrupt. I didn't play songs long enough. So my friend actually recorded that whole set. And she'd also said that like, she didn't like that there was a bunch of people up on stage, but it was literally my hometown show. So whatever. So she was like, her transitions were abrupt. And I remember that night. I kept bumping into the CDJs, right? So the CDJs were sensitive. Some are like more sensitive and older. So I think these were whatever. So the music stopped like 2 times. And I said, oops, on the mic. And like, that's just who I am. I'm on the spectrum. I'm like goofy and silly. And I don't take things too seriously. Like we're in a club in Orlando. This is not Tomorrowland. Like, I'm sorry. It does not have to be so serious. Like, it could just be fun. Like, DJs are human too. If you want AI, like, go see that. Like, go see a robot play. I don't know. But if you, like, humans are going to make mistakes, you know? So, like, you either laugh with it and be like, oh, like, whatever, because the music keeps going, or you don't, but whatever. But she said my transitions were too abrupt, right? So I'm like watching the set over, and I was like, in my opinion, I don't think they are. But so I looked at this harsh criticism about me and took out all like the unnecessary stuff about like how I look and my expressions and shit like that. And I looked at like my DJing skills, and I disagreed. But people can all have their opinion. I wanted to see if it had any truth to it at all, because I was trying to see the criticism as less as of a personal attack and more as just like neutral information, even though in my opinion, I think it could have been said a lot different. I just wanted to see if there's anything I can learn from it, you know? And if yes, then great. Take it in, improve, keep going. But if not, let it go. Like, I disagree. I don't think my transitions were too abrupt. And I think it's like cute of me to be human and like fuck up sometimes and just be like, oops, on the mic. And like some people just don't like my personality. And that has been my whole life. Like, I've had so many people not understand me. Shifting the focus back to why you're doing this and why it's your purpose is going to be like the most important thing. I didn't start DJing for some fucking trolls on Reddit. I didn't build my career for people's approval. I did it and I started DJing and making music because I love making music and I love performing. It makes me feel, it makes my soul like light up. It makes me feel like this is like what I was meant to do. Like this is like one of the things I was meant to do in my life. And it feels like a soul tie. And I did it for me because it's my passion and I love it. And I love art. It makes me feel alive. And I feel like if I let their words stop me, I'm giving them the power that they don't deserve. And I've worked too fucking hard to let some people's criticism and harsh, mean words determine my worth. And you shouldn't either. You're going to be fucking fantastic in whatever you're doing. If you want to be a fucking model, if you want to be a singer, a YouTuber, if you want to start a bakery, anything you want to do, you can do it. You can do anything you set your mind to. You cannot let negative people and negative comments stop you. Like, you post a video on TikTok and you look through the comments and some of them are so mean to girls. Some of them are so mean to people. And you're just like, this is so fucked up. This is like why people don't put themselves out there. But fuck those comments. Hey, honey, they're making the algorithm go up, okay? They making the algorithm go up for you. So keep posting. Fuck what people say. Post your get ready with me's. Who cares what fucking Shelby from high school has to say about it? And listen, I know it's fucking easier said than done. Even me, and I've been in this career for 6 years, sometimes shit still gets to me. I'm still working on it day by day. There's days where I let those opinions seep in, where I start to doubt myself, where I feel like I really need to prove something to them. But at the end of the day, I know who I am. I love my project. I love what I do. And I'm proud of it. And I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Not everybody loves gourmet tea. Not everybody loves caviar. And bitch, you are caviar. So baby, do you always. Fuck what they think. They're a loser. And you're a winner, baby. Because Winners focus on winning and losers focus on winners. You are not what some bitter internet stranger thinks of you or your shitty ass friend or your shitty ass family. Like, you are not your mistakes. You are not defined by your worst moments. You are the entire picture, the movies, the series. Your Twilight baby, your passion, your hard work, your kindness, your growth, that is who you are. So the next time you find yourself spiraling over what people think or what they've said about you, remember that their words do not pay your bills, do not fuel your dreams, and definitely do not determine your worth. All right, my chaotic angels, that's it for today's episode. Thank you so much. I literally love you so much. I'm having so much fun with this podcast, and I hope you guys love it too. If you did, send it to a friend, like, follow, leave a comment. It helps people find Kisses and Chaos. If you're feeling extra cute, I would appreciate it. I love you guys. Until next time, keep being your messy, wonderful, and unapologetic self. Love you so much. Bye, hotties.
Baby, I'm a